They took our nationality. It had to go down, that's prophecy. Until we hop on the right path, step off the left and live life properly. Have to put the old man away. We all went astray, now our life in poverty. One day no ways will rise and see their demise for all these atrocities.
From a low state coming up, we're in a race where no cleavings or runners up. They took our name, we got the rope, no double dutch. For the pain, they get the same but doubled up. Salvation, they got it all modeled up. Open up the eyes with the word that's covered up. We can read.
Let's get it. Let's punch it up. Let me go grab this first before I start. Just a quick hit. Not to get on people, I just saw this and I said, you know what? The spirit got on me to go into what I'm finna go into. Just that simple. Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 6. What does it say? Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So let's go into the definition of the word folly, and then we're going to see what that is, and then we're going to come back and finish out with these scriptures.
Folly. Folly.
Folly. Lack of good sense, understanding, or foresight. An act or intents of foolishness. A costly undertaking having an absurd or erroneous outcome. An elaborate theatrical review consisting of music, dance, and skits. And that's the main one. But let's continue reading. A structure such as a pavilion in a garden that is chiefly decorative rather than practical in purpose. The state of being foolish, want of good sense, levity, weakness, or derangement of mind. A foolish act, an inconsiderate or thoughtless procedure, weak or light-minded conduct, foolery. You see, then it says scandalous crime, sin, specifically as applied to a woman, wantonness. See, but the point that I want is what? Verse number 4 is an elaborate theatrical review consisting of music, dance, and skits. You see, that's the one I wanted. See, but let's get back to it. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Call Halim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Bakah Ha Chodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, to the men that rule well, that been teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom, Bayatah Davadah, and to the Hakim and Akwat that's out there repenting, to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans whose fathers go back to one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, Yasha Allah, Shalom to you, Mashmachah. And this clip came across my feed, and the one thing that grabbed my attention was this. Now, I'm glad that the brothers and the sisters know who they are, and I hope they repent. But the thing that grabbed me is, you already know who it is, you can see. And the title, when I saw it, I'm like, what the hell is this? The title is what got me. And you see what it say right there. It says, how London got down this new moon. And then you see I don't know, that looks like a sun, but it's a representation of the full moon. That's what it is. it looked like the sun, but it's a representation of the full moon. When I saw that, I'm like, well, that they going off. Like these people, it's like they ain't even trying. They blindly following people. They not even going into the text to prove this. And I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. Why this is some. Let me show this real quick. Let me just show this real quick. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me just do this. I'm gonna go punch this up, right? Now let's go to this real quick. You see this right here? And what I'm pushing right here, right? In that order, the new moon is the first one I click. When it's all black, that's the new moon. Then 7 days later, you got the Sabbath, and then the second Sabbath is the 14 days when the moon is full. Then you're going back into the 21st day, and then which going into the 28th day at evening, which will be going back into a new moon. See, it's in that order. The new moon is not when it's full. And that's the point that I wanted to go into. It's not when the moon is full that you say that the moon is full and it's a new month. It's a new moon. No. That's not the representation of the new moon. When it's full, see? And these people are going off. I understand that we're supposed to practice. Matter of fact, let me just punch these scriptures up real quick, right? Let me just go get straight into it, right? Let's get it. But you see what the title saying. You see what I just showed. So this is what they doing right here, this new moon, and they got that thing lit up like that. That's showing the full moon. But they saying it's the new moon. Because why? You being guided the wrong way. Because why? They into all this. They into all this mirth. This foolery. See? This is what our people is into. See? You want some excitement. You want some cheer, some celebration, instead of you actually getting yourself together, instead of you actually understanding the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But let me go into the scripture. Judges chapter 5, and let's go down to verse 10. Right? Slaki 11. What I want. Judges 5 and 11. Because what? We supposed to be doing what? Practicing the righteous acts. I understand that. See? So that's a beautiful thing. But the thing is we supposed to be knowing, practicing, not just practicing it. You're supposed to be actually performing these things on the days they supposed to be performed. See? Because you can say, okay, can you say, I'm going to keep the Shabbat on any day that I want to keep it? Because you got a lot of individuals that know that they're Israelites keeping the Shabbat now for this particular month, but it's for the end. And it's going into another day, a different day of the Shabbat. See, but it's for the end. Friday evening to Saturday evening. That's for the end. See? But you actually got Israelites that's walking around thinking that the Shabbat is every Friday evening to Saturday evening of every week, of every month, of every year. Going off. See? So are you really actually keeping the Shabbat just because you want to pick a day? Just because you say, okay, we're going to practice the righteous acts. But you got to practice the righteous acts on the days that they're supposed to be practiced. Not in the days that you want to pick for it. See? But let me read this. Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, in the places of drawing water, meaning in the place of your servitude, there shall they rehearse. What? There shall they rehearse the righteous acts. Rehearse means to practice. The righteous acts of Yahweh. Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Yasha'Allah. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. But the point I want is, in the place of our drawing water, in the place of your servitude, you're supposed to practice these righteous acts. Not according to when you say it's the Shabbat. No, practice the actual acts, fulfilling it on the days it's supposed to be fulfilled. See? Not when you say it is. Now, dealing with the Shabbat, how we know when the Shabbat is? According to the moon. See? You can't just say, oh, we gonna do it every Friday, Saturday, Friday evening, Saturday evening. Well, what on that particular Friday? What if it's a crescent moon on that Friday? Does that mean that it's the Shabbat? No. Because you know the Shabbat by the moon. Now, the point that I wanted to make with dealing with that situation, with what you saw, was a full moon on that little, whatever the title was. You saw the full moon, but so this telling you, if these individuals are saying that the full moon is on, that the full moon is on, that the full moon, that the new moon is when the moon is full, when it's fully lit. Then they going off there, man. They going off. You simply going off, right? You going off. Why they going off? Because what that mean, when you keep the Passover on the 14th day, if you saying that when the moon is full is the new moon, well, that mean the 14th day, according to you, the 14th day has to be when the moon is all black, right? So that means when you keeping the Passover, you celebrating the Passover when the moon is all black. You can't possibly say, oh, we celebrating the Passover when the moon is full, because why? You think that that's the first day. You think the full moon is the new moon, which will be counted from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 67, all the way to the 14th day. See? So you will be keeping the 14th day on the Passover. You will be keeping it when the moon is all black, which is actually the new moon. See? So individuals is going off, man. They going off. And these things matter, man. These things matter. Matter of fact, let's grab this. Let me grab this before I come back to that. Let's go to Exodus right quick. Exodus 20 and verse 8. Let's go down to it. And it says what? Just plain and simple. Exodus 20 and 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. See? He said remember it. Remember the Sabbath day. See? Matter of fact, let's grab this one too. Isaiah 1 and around 13. What it says? Isaiah 1 and 13. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and the Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. See? Meaning, talking about your solemn meetings that you choose to pick. That's iniquity to the Most High. Because what are you doing? If you sit back saying, Friday evening to Saturday evening is the Shabbat of every month, every week, guess what? You commit iniquity because you ain't keeping the Sabbath. You out buying, selling, killing and fire, doing all these things that you're supposed to be practicing not to do. But you doing these very things. See? Going off, man. Going off. See? But what did he say? The new moons and the Sabbaths I cannot away with. See that? But you got individuals going the fuck off, man. Going off. But let's get back to it, though. Let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis 1 and 14. Right? It says what? Genesis 1 and 14. And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Now when you go into the sun will tell you what time of the day it is, what hour of the day it is. That's what the sun is for. It will tell you what hour of the day it is. Now when you go into the moon, the lesser light at night, it would tell you also two things. It would tell you what day of the month it is, and it also would tell you what hour of the night it is. It does two things. See? It will tell you what day of the month, the day of the week it is, and the hour of the night it is. See? So we supposed to know this. So by the moon, you know these things, right? But let me go grab this one too. Let's go here. Let's go to Psalms real quick. Psalms 104. 104. Where you at? Where you at? Let me get you. Psalms 104. Come on, where you at? The sun Noah is going down. Must have passed it. Psalms 104. And 19. Psalms 104 and verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knows it's going down. And what is this moon for? It's going to tell you our feast. Let's grab that one. Slakia. Let's grab that real quick. Slakia. 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 Let's grab this. Slakia. Let's grab this. Sirach 43. Sirach 43. Sirach 43. And let's go down to it. Verse 6. Sirach 43 and 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. So what did he do? He made the moon to do what? To serve. For what? He made the moon to serve for her season, for a declaration of times. So what did I just say pertaining to that moon? You will be able to tell what day of the week it is and what hour of the day it is at night, right? To serve for their declaration for her times and a sign of the world, right? Let's go to verse 5. It's like in verse 7. Sirach 43 and 7. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. So this let you know when the moon is full, that's when the light decreases. See, that's when the light decreases. That don't mean when the moon is full, it's the new moon and the light decreases. No, when it's the new moon, the light increases. See? And what it says, from the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. Verse 8, the month, meaning what? The month, meaning the new moon, is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing. You see that? So when it's the new month, the light is going to increase, meaning it's going to gain light, more light, until it becomes full. And then when it's full, which is the 14th day of the month, it's going to start decreasing. To what? To go back into the new moon. To go back into a new month. That's why you will sound the trumpets. That's why you will blow the trumpet on the new moon and then the Shabbat. To do what? To basically a calling in, letting everybody know that, look, we coming into a new month, a new Sabbath. Today is a Shabbat, so on and so forth. Blow the trumpet so they know as a reminder. So you can finish up on all the things you got to do. See? It's a signaling. A signaling. That's all it is, man. See? But what it says right here, the moon is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. You see that? You see? Let me go grab this one. Let's go to, what is that? Psalms 81. Let's go to it real quick. Psalms 81. Psalms 81. Psalms 81. And what it says right here. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. And what is that feast day? A Sabbath. See? That's why. See? Now when you go into those other translations, matter of fact, let me punch it up real quick. Let's punch it up. Right? 81 and verse 3. It says what? Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. Now, when you punch this up, right? NLT got it correct. They got it 100% correct. It says, blow the ram's horn at new moon. And again, what? And again, what? And again at full moon. Call a festival. Meaning what? To let you know that it's the feast day of the Lord. Meaning it's one of our holy convocations. See? So, but what it says is separating right here. So they had it correct right here. Now, individuals go read these other ones when they also had it correct right here in the NIV. Sound the ram's horn at the new moon and when the moon is full. You see that? So those two right there is correct. See? And they also got it correct in the NET. Sound the ram's horn on the day of the new moon and on the day of the full moon when our festival begins, the Sabbath begins. You see that? So they had it correct there. See? But you will go and read these other translations and they will make you think that the new moon is the full moon. And it's not. See? And that's what individuals don't get. You go read these other translations that ain't correct to try to back up to what they saying. And you're going off. See? Because the new moon and the full moon, clearly they are two different time periods. Two different time periods. But individuals will read these other translations and think that it's the same time period, and it's not. Going off. And that's the main reason why I just wanted to go into bring this out real quick. You know, I ain't going on with that. I just wanted to state that. See? Because it don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. Let me grab this real quick in Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23 and verse 1. And it says what? And Yahweh spake to Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, even these are my feasts. Meaning what? The feast goes into appointed times. And it says 6 days shall work be done, but on the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation, you shall do no work therein. It's the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings, right? And it's going to go into these different feasts. Now, dealing with the Passover, it says, these are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons, meaning in their appointed time. And the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Yahweh's Passover. So just dealing with that alone, if these individuals are saying that the new moon, when the moon is full, is the new moon when the moon is full, well then you got to be keeping the Passover, which is the 14th day, because they can't be the same. You can't say the new moon and the 14th day of the month falling up on at the same time. So if they sitting back saying that when the moon is full, it's the new moon, well then they saying that the 14th day, the Passover, which will be at that appointed time, will be during the new moon. Meaning actually when the moon is black, when the actual, like it shows you like right there, going off, man. Going off. Going off. And I just wanted to stress that, just to make that point real quick. Going off, man. And this is the point of people blindly following people. The scriptures is telling you one thing and you doing another. Making up your own ways. See? And that's going to get you destroyed. See? It's going to get you destroyed. Let me end off with these two. It's a few of my favorites. So let's grab this one. It's going to get you destroyed, right? Matthew 15. And let's go down to, what is that, 14? Yeah. And it says what? Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So if you blindly following somebody when the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua saying one thing and they saying another, and you following another instead of following Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you are going to fall into a ditch. Period. See? Let's get this other one. Let's go to Isaiah 9. Let's go down to verse 16. And it says what? For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. You see that? So, hey, if you following these particular leaders that's leading you astray, that's not leading you after the instructions of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but their own instructions, you are going to be destroyed. You're going to be destroyed. Period, point blank. You're going to be destroyed. Let's get that other one. Where is that? Ezekiel 14, and I think it's 9. Ezekiel 14 and verse 9. And what it says. And if that prophet be deceived, when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Yasha'Allah. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. You see that? You see? So you're going to get the same judgment that they're going to get. Because why? You're not following after Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're following after men, what men tell you. Talking about the new moon is when the moon is full. Going off. Talking about the Sabbath is every Friday evening to Saturday evening of every week, of every month, of every year. Going off, man. And I'm going to end it off there. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Shem Yahushua B'Hashem Rakha HaKodas. Shalom.